I just think that's like the most iconic, awkward moment is when everyone starts walking in and it gets quiet too soon. It's weird, and sometimes I like to live in that weirdness, and sometimes, I say hi. Um, well, if you came to the right place, you came here. Because we're going to do a concert tonight, and I'm really excited about it because I think it's one that we've spent a lot of time sort of looking at the music and sort of why we're singing it and why it's important. And so it might feel a little different to you tonight because I won't be making as many jokes. Oh, yeah, that's the right answer. Oh, right? But I'm really excited because several of our music majors and others will be sharing some background, some history about the songs. Tori Wilson, my literal right-hand man over here, has chosen a few readings and poems that sort of help to fill in the space in between these songs. So I just kind of wanted to start tonight with a little bit about like what we're doing in this spirituals concert, the language we'll be using for the evening, because it can be something that might be uncomfortable if we don't talk about it as like a group in this room. So I'm just going to start by saying the American Negro spirituals are the folk songs created by the enslaved Africans after their arrival in North America between 1619 and 1860. The songs created and sung by enslaved women, men, and children were born in North America and recount with dignity, resolve, and sometimes joy their stories of life, death, faith, hope, escape, and survival. These melodies and stories have been passed down orally from generation to generation in the plantation fields, in churches, and in camp meetings, and have presently taken their places in concert halls and recital series around the world.
Some may wonder why we have chosen to use the classification American Negro Spiritual. Dr. Everett McCorvey, founder of the American Spiritual Ensemble and the researcher in this area, comments, the term African Negro Spiritual speaks to the history, the suffering, the hope, and the resolve of the people who were able to sing through their sufferings and tell and retell their heroic stories of triumph and survival through these songs. It is a story and a history that hopefully will never be forgotten. And while the songs were born out of a very dark period in our American history, these songs are now sung, celebrated, and revered all around the world. While some of the language in the music is updated to be sung in a more contemporary style and to remove the barrier of dialect, the melodies and sentiment of the stories of spirituals are over 400 years old and need to be sung and remembered. I would encourage teachers, singers, and audiences to be comfortable with calling these melodies what they are. They are American Negro spirituals. Please feel free to call them Negro spirituals or just spirituals or American Negro spirituals. But the goal is for these melodies to be celebrated and sung by all.
Thanks, Tori. So a lot of what you'll hear will be strictly American Negro spirituals in arrangements that we'll be doing. Some of the songs will be sort of derived from that history, some in a gospel style, some written in a spiritual style, so you'll kind of hear a variety of our take on that tonight. But tonight really is a celebration of song, and what better way to start with than to invite my student conductor, Grace Major, up for this gospel style piece by Rollo Dilworth. Are you ready? What's it called?
I sing because I'm happy.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
I know Spirituals merge aspects of Western religious music with salient African musical elements. These songs often make use of certain musical idioms, such as the call and response, in which one phrase, usually sung by a leader, is answered by another phrase sung by a group. Another characteristic is the use of the syncopated rhythm, in which musicians place the accent of a beat where it would normally not be, or omit a beat where one usually would be accented. The influence of these two idioms can be experienced in virtually all successive forms of American music, such as ragtime, jazz, gospel, blues, rhythm and blues, country, rock and roll, and hip hop.
Jesus. Yes, I'm ready to walk. I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready to walk. Yes, I'm ready to walk in Jerusalem. Walk in Jerusalem. Walking in Jerusalem. Just like John. I am ready to walk. I am ready to walk. I am ready to walk. Yes, I'm ready to walk. I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready. Ready to walk. Yes, I'm ready to walk. I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready. Ready to walk. Yes, I'm ready to walk. I am ready. I'm ready. Ready to walk. Yes, I'm ready to walk. Walking in Jerusalem. Walk in Jerusalem. Walking in Jerusalem. Just like John. I am ready to walk. I am ready to walk. I am ready to walk. Yes, I'm ready to walk. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I'm ready.
If I let Luke have his way, there were 6 more of those, all with like different choreography for every chorus, so you're welcome.
I'm walking on borrowed land. This world ain't none of my home. We'll stand the storm. It won't be long. Oh, walk together, children. Don't get weary. My heavenly home is bright and fair. Nor pain nor death can enter there.
Negro spirituals are highly emotional songs. They often express intense feelings of joy and sorrow. Drawing on stories from the Old and New Testament, their texts often deal with religious themes of faith, freedom, hope, and salvation. Although sacred, the lyrics of these songs were nevertheless political, veiled with a shrewd awareness of the moral struggle for survival, the need for protest, and the expectation of injustice remedied, as demonstrated by these next two songs, which feature familiar characters from the Old Testament.
Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. The big wheel run by faith, and the little wheel run by the grace of God. I'll wheel and I'll wheel, way in the middle of the air. Better mind, my brother, how you walk on the cross, way in the middle of the air. Your foot might slip and your soul get lost, way in the middle of the air. Oh, Satan wears a clubfoot shoe, way in the middle of the air. If you don't mind, he'll slip it on you, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. The big wheel run by faith, and the little wheel run by the grace of God. I'll wheel and I'll wheel, way in the middle of the air. Some go to church for the sing and some go to church for the sing and shout. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Before 6 months, days all turned out, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way up in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel, way in the middle of the air. Easy goes on the wheel. Way battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Oh yes, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down. Oh Joshua, Joshua. Oh yes, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Oh yes, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down over Jericho, over Jericho.
You may talk about the king of Gideon.
Oh Joshua,
You may talk about the name of Saul.
Jericho.
But we saw the Lord good, oh Joshua.
At the battle of Jericho, at the battle of Jericho. Oh yes, Joshua fought the battle, yes, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, yes, Jericho. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came down, and the walls came down, and the walls came tumbling down over Jericho.
Right up to the walls of Jericho, and he marched with the spear in hand. Now go blow those rams once Joshua cried,
Cause the battle am in my hand, Joshua, 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 Joshua. Joshua fought the battle.
Joshua fought the battle.
Oh, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Oh yes, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down, 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 down.
Then Joshua told the people blow on the horns with a mighty sound.
Mighty sound.
And they blew so awful loud and long
That the walls came tumbling down. Joshua fought the battle. Joshua fought the battle.
Joshua fought the battle. Joshua fought the battle.
Joshua, 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 Joshua. Oh, Joshua. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Oh, yes, Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down over Jericho, over Jericho, over Jericho, over Jericho, over Jericho, over Jericho.
The lyrics of Negro spirituals were oftentimes intentionally coded to obscure their true meaning from slaveholders and other white folks. Singers sent these coded messages to one another using key words and phrases, which held special meaning for the savvy listener. A common example would be to employ the Promised Land as a reference to free states, or to refer to the slaveholders as Pharaoh. A later selection, Wade in the Water, contains coded messages which assisted slaves as they escaped to the Underground Railroad. Slave owners would track runaway slaves using bloodhounds, but the coded messaging in this song instructed those seeking freedom to wade in the water to cover their scent from the hounds giving chase. Likewise, the lyrics of Swing Low are inspirational in their poetic meaning, but also heavily coded. The lyrics Swing Low poetic meaning is come down, and its coded meaning come into the slaveholding states. The lyric Sweet Chariot, its poetic meaning is heavenly vehicle, and its coded meaning the Underground Railroad. Lyrics Coming for to carry me home's poetic meaning taking me to heaven, and its coded meaning take me to freedom in the north. The lyrics If you get there before I do, tell all my friends I'm coming too. Its poetic meaning If you get to heaven first, tell all my friends I'm coming too. And its coded meaning If I have free friends and family, tell them my escape plan.
Sweet chariot,
pointed out, stand up one more time because you're lovely. This is Natalie Schweitzer. So our accompanist who's usually with us is Dr. George, and she just, gave birth, like literally, like just a couple weeks ago. So she's not here with us, but we, babies don't just usually show up. We knew it was gonna happen. So we said, Natalie, what year are you, Natalie? Technically a junior, but she's a junior, it's okay. But she'll be around for a lot longer. We said, do you think you want to accompany us for this concert? And she said, sure. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of notes that happen on the piano. And she's a student accompanying at the highest level. So we're gonna have other times to applaud her tonight, but I just want you to know how very blessed we are to have a student who can play at that level. And again, piano players, we have a lot of great piano players. It's really difficult and it's a different thing to accompany. And so I just want you to know this young lady is very special and incredibly talented, and you're gonna give her another round of applause right now and then 100 more later, okay?
Frederick Douglass, the fugitive slave who would become one of these country's leading abolitionists, described the significance of the spirituals with these words. I have sometimes thought the mere hearing of these songs would do more to impress some minds with the horrible character of slavery than the reading of whole volumes of philosophy on the subject could do. They told a tale of woe which was then altogether beyond my feeble comprehension. They were tones loud, long, and deep. They breathed the prayer and complaint of souls boiling over these bitterest anguish. Every tone was a testimony against slavery and a prayer to God for deliverance from chains. The hearing of those wild notes always depressed my spirit and filled me with ineffable sadness. To those songs, I traced my first glimmering conception of the dehumanizing character of slavery. Those songs still follow me to deepen my hatred of slavery and quicken my sympathies for my brother in bonds. I have often been utterly astonished since I came to the North to find persons who could speak of the singings among slaves as evidence of their contentment and happiness. It is impossible to conceive of a graver mistake. Slaves sing most when they are most unhappy. The songs of the slaves represent the sorrows of his heart, and he is relieved by them. Only in an aching heart is relieved by these tears.
on my knees, asking my Lord to save me, please. until Jehovah he spoke.
Out of his mouth came fire and smoke. I heard a rumbling up in the sky.
Must have been Jesus passing by.
Marian Anderson was a Black American contralto. She performed a variety of musical styles from opera to spirituals in major concert and recital venues throughout the US and Europe between 1925 and 1965. Anderson was an important figure in the struggle for African American artists to overcome racial prejudice in the United States during the mid-20th century. In 1939, during the era of racial segregation, the Daughters of the American Revolution refused to allow Anderson to sing to an integrated audience in Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C. The incident thrusted Anderson into the international spotlight, a level unusual for a classical musician. With the aid of First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt and her husband, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Anderson performed a critically acclaimed concert on Easter Sunday, April 9, 1939, on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. As an integrated audience of more than 75,000 people looked on and millions more tuned in via radio broadcast, Anderson brought her concert to a close with the Negro spiritual, My Soul's Been Anchored in the Lord, elevating the musical expressions of the slaves to heights normally reserved solely for classical music.
In My Soul's Been Anchored in the Lord, the singers are focused on their current situation and relentlessly affirm their commitment to God, who is their spiritual anchor. Faith and devotion to God was often a source of strength and comfort to those who were enslaved, despite their horrific situation.
I'd sing and pray myself away.
My soul's been anchored. My soul's been anchored in the Lord. My soul's been anchored in the Lord. Sing the Lord, in the Lord. My soul's been anchored, anchored in the Lord, in the Lord, in the Lord. My soul's been anchored in the Lord. My soul's been anchored in the Lord. Good Lord, my soul's been anchored in the Lord.
I shout and pray and never stop.
My soul's been anchored in the Lord.
Until I reach the mountaintop.
My soul's
you serve him?
Will you serve him?
Oh yes.
Will you serve him?
Hallelujah.
Will you serve him?
Oh yes.
God Almighty. Are you anchored?
Oh yes.
Yes, I'm anchored. My soul's been anchored in the Lord. Hallelujah.
Will you praise him?
Will you praise him?
Oh yes.
Will you praise him?
Hallelujah.
Will you praise him?
Oh yes.
God Almighty. Yes, I'm anchored.
Oh Lord, I'm anchored.
Oh yes.
Lord, I love you.
Oh yes.
Yes, I'll serve you.
Oh yes.
Lord, I'll praise you.
Oh yes.
Hallelujah.
My soul's been anchored in the Lord. God Almighty, mine's been anchored.
The origin of the next song is unclear, but that didn't prevent it from finding its way into our Sunday schools and becoming an anthem for the civil rights movement. This Little Light of Mine employs the Negro spiritual idiom of simple, repetitive, melodic lines, which makes it easy to learn and memorize. Activists sang this and other spirituals during the civil rights movement as a way of expressing unity while fighting for equal rights and freedom for all.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, yes, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no. I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no. Let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine. Got to let it. Hide it under a bushel, no. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let anybody blow it up. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let anybody blow it up. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let anybody blow it up. No, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Shine my light across the land. Yes, I'm gonna let it shine. Shine my light across the land. I'm gonna let it shine. Shine my light across the land. Yes, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let your light shine. Oh, let it shine. Let your light shine. Oh, let it shine. Let your light shine. Oh, let it shine. Let your little light shine. Let it shine.
Until all of us are free is the cry countless of enslaved peoples have lifted throughout the ages. From the Israelites enslaved in Egypt, Africans in America, and the many hundreds of additional examples of oppressed peoples, a longing for freedom is a common theme amongst all humanity, transcending time, race, gender, and any barriers we may try to place upon it. Emma Lazarus, a well-known Jewish poet from the mid-19th century, penned the words our next selection is based upon. Her most famous poem, The New Colossus, is inscribed on the base of the Statue of Liberty, proof that freedom is a human longing. One line reads, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." In our Christian lives, We long for freedom from our sinful flesh and to be freely with the Lord forever. Jesus offers us this same promise of freedom from our heavy burdens, as Matthew 11, verses 28 and 29 read, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." And so, throughout the ages, all of humanity has cried for freedom. Perhaps your soul, like those of the oppressed, also cries out, "Until all of us are free, none of us are free."
Until all of us are free, until all of us are free, we are none of us, we are none of us, we are none of us free. All of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us, until all of us are free, until all of us.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. My hope for this evening can be summed up in a quote by the composer of our first song, Rollo Dilworth. Historically, the arts have always fulfilled the dual roles of responding to change while at the same time creating change. Everybody has a role to play in building and sustaining communities that are fair and just for all. And I hope that's what Sterling is. We'll finish tonight with an original song by Rosephine Powell, written in the style of a spiritual. This uplifting song celebrates those who persevere and triumph despite all odds. Dr. Powell was inspired by the well-known poem "And Still I Rise" by Maya Angelou. Nia Williamson will share a few stanzas from the end of that poem.
Out of
the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Though I have been wounded, aching, heart full of pain,
Still I rise, yes, still I rise.
just like a budding rose, my bloom is nourished by rain.
Still I rise, yes, still I rise.
Having time to wonder why, though fearful I strive.
Still I rise, yes, still I rise.
My prayer and faith that pull me till my courage arrives.
Still I rise, yes, still I rise. Still I rise, till
But each day I succeed, I'm strong in believing that it's all
within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Bolstered by courage, yes, still I rise. Yes, it's all within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Yes, still I rise. Still I rise.
as my heart grows heavy and my confidence dies.
Still I rise, yes, still I rise.
Your strength is in my tears and healing pains in my cries.
Still I rise, yes, still I rise.
Plunge in depths of anguish, I determine to strive.
Still I rise, yes, still I rise.
My prayer and faith that pull me till my courage arrives.
Still I rise, yes, still I rise. Though you see me slump with heartache, heart so heavy that it breaks. Be not deceived that flying birds' wings. Rising sun is healing grace.
Look at me, I'm getting stronger.
I'm stronger,
I'm determined to survive.
determined to survive.
Though I get tired and I get weary,
I won't give up, I'm still alive. Yes, still I rise as an eagle. Still I rise. Still I rise. But it's all within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Bolstered by courage, yes, still I rise. Yes, it's all within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Higher and higher, yes, still I rise. Yes, it's all within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Yes, still I rise. 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 My heritage 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 still I rise. 'Cause it's all within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Bolstered by courage, yes, still I rise. 'Cause it's all within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Higher and higher, yes, still I rise. Yes, it's all within my reach. I'm reaching for the skies. Yes, still I rise.
A huge thank you to the Presbyterian Church for having us as always, and Casey for helping us out, and to my husband on the drums, Brett Callan. You saw Naya on the bass. My 4 baby conductors, raise your hands. And then, like I said, I want us to give another huge, big thank you to Natalie for accompanying us tonight. She wants to talk.
Okay, on behalf of all
the students, we do want to say thank you, because nobody in here understands how hard this girl works. I mean, she is in the practice room way more than she should be, healthily. And yeah, we just love you and appreciate you. Natalie is like the most positive and like determined person probably everybody else on stage has ever met, and we would not be able to do even half of what we do without her. So on behalf of all of us, we thank you and love you.
And thanks again, because it's always way more fun to sing for a full room of people and not just pews. So thank you again to you all for coming. If you have a young person that you support that's up there, again, thank you that we get to work with them. I know it's like almost April, but there's a huge list of events that are in your program. So there's a lot more to see and to do in the arts. So please check those dates out and have a great night.
Good job, Keely.